Hi, I'm Norman Reedus, and I'm doing the Wired autocomplete interview. How was Norman Reedus discovered? That's an interesting story. I was working at a motorcycle shop in Venice, California. I'd followed a girl that I had met in Tokyo who lived in New York, and she asked me to move to Los Angeles. And at that time, I was actually in Spain, and I was living in this tiny little thing and doing these little paintings. And she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm doing this. I want to come to LA." I got a job at a motorcycle place in Venice, California. Got in a fight with the guy who owned it. Ended up that night going to a party up in the Hollywood Hills, drinking way too much. Started yelling at a crowd of people, and then someone asked me to be in a play. And they told me, you'd be the understudy, you wouldn't even have to do anything, and we'll pay you these many dollars a day, and you just have to show up, but you don't actually have to go on stage and do it. So I was like, game on. And the first day the dude didn't show up, and I had to do it. All right, the next one, how to get Norman Reedus hair. Oh, that's easy, you just don't cut it. I'm on a TV show that doesn't let me cut my hair because they own my head. But yeah, but I do have friends that have salons and things like that, and they've given this haircut to people. People have come in and said, "Hey, can we get Daryl Dixon haircuts?" And so it's a thing. So there you go. How Norman Reedus Restaurant is not even proper English, by the way, but I do have a restaurant. I have a restaurant in Sonoya, Georgia, where we filmed The Walking Dead, called Nick and Norman's. I share it with Greg Nicotero and Robert Kirkman and Dave Alpert and a few other people. I think we're expanding to Savannah and it's one other place, I forget, Chattanooga, I believe. There you go. How old is Norman Reedus today? He's 51, had a birthday January 6th. I'm a Capricorn, just like Jesus Christ, and that's how old I am. All right, next one. Why Norman Reedus? The f does that mean? Why Norman Reedus? My dad's name was Norman when I was little. He passed away. And yeah, there you go. That's why. Why Norman Reedus Death Stranding? I did the video game because Guillermo del Toro originally called me and said, "Hey, a guy named Hideo Kojima is going to call you. Just say yes." And I was like, "Who is he?" He goes, "Doesn't matter who he is. Just say yes." And then I met Hideo at Comic-Con in San Diego. He came out back when we were going to do a different game. And he showed me what he was working on, and I was just blown away. I mean, the guy's like a super genius. And then I became friends with him, started working with him, and we kept going. And so we did Death Stranding, which was a huge hit, and we're in talks to do other stuff. So that's why.